this plastic off first. Oh, ever so satisfying that. So guys, just wanted to do a quick video on binding the SANWA MT-5 transmitter to the receiver. We have everything set up here. As you can see, the receiver is right here. We have the binding plug set up. It's a 493i receiver. So we'll get the servo plugged into the port 1. So when you look at the receiver here, there's little kind of plus and minus. So make sure that the black wire is towards the minus. In channel 1, we'll connect the servo. And then in channel 2, we'll connect the ESC. Again, black wire facing away from the logo. Once we've done that, we'll head over to the receiver. As per the advice, we always switch on the receiver first. We see it there, and I'll just take this little box, random box that's on the table. Let's just prevent any runaways here. We'll head over to the menu, jump over to the system. And prior to doing that, I think it's just important to check that everything here is on default, that nothing has been changed, as well as within the settings. You don't want to have anything odd. I've already set up the car here and named it, so that's the one that we will pair now. And then as we go into the system, we go to the bind function, but prior to that, we'll switch on the car here with this button. Let me just add the receiver into the picture so you can see it. As per the guidance, it says, let me just stick this here where it should be. On the servo, I might have to change that tape, and this box not looking too good. So I'm not sure whether the car is on or off, but we'll test it out. Okay, the car was on. Now the battery is plugged in, and we have the transmitter running here. I'll just position the camera so you can see it. So now we are in this mode. As we go into the bind mode, we'll see that this blue light onto the receiver. Sorry, everything keeps falling off here and too many cables, but I'll try and position it for now so you can see it. So you see that blue light is flashing there, and on the receiver we have the LED light. So we'll go into the bind mode, just leave everything as default for now. We go into the bind. We see that the receiver is flashing quite fast now. So that should be it. We should be able to just click the middle button here once again. We're out of this mode. We'll unplug the binding plug, move it to the side, and now when we have a look at the car, we should be able to turn. ESC right on top of the steering linkages, that's not good. And the throttle is working as well. Of course, this is working on its own, so we'll probably have to trim the car a little bit. Make sure that everything is set up properly. You can see the servo is quite slow, but I think it might serve well. The return on this side is also not quite good, but that's more so down to the car rather than the controller itself. But we can fine-tune these settings, the return rate and everything else in here. So I think we'll do that in the next video. But if you go to the custom settings here, I'll have to refer to the manual and read it a bit more, but there's multiple settings here, including speed, curve. So this is for the steering. If we just go down to the trim, we can set that up. There's a lot of settings really here on what we can do. So we'll figure that out in the next video. I'm just going through the manual now. I'm still reading it actually to make sure I set everything up properly, but just wanted to do this quick binding process. And if I can give you a couple of tips, as I mentioned in the beginning, just make sure that the wires, the servo goes into the channel 1, as you can see here. Channel 2, we have the ESC, and then the binding plug will be in the last one. And at the same time, just make sure that your positive, negative wires, I guess, are set up correctly. And this blue light will indicate if there's power to the transmitter. So just rely on that, and if needed, just unplug it, switch it around to make sure that everything is working as intended. Apart from that, not too much to mention on the transmitter just now. The receiver, however, is quite a sensitive piece of equipment, so as you can see here within the car, I've set up a little, I'll have to, let me just switch this off while I'm messing with these wires. I'll switch off the receiver, so we'll put that to the side. Just to show you here, when you do set up the receiver itself, so let's just pretend that will stick on there, although I have to get some new tape. If you can at all, or you do have, make sure you do place the foam mat inside, and then of course I'll tidy up these cables and that will go in here. One of the problems that I will face is with the antenna itself, but I'll have to figure that out. As for this particular box that we have here, the if I can find it in my spare parts, I can't, but the box is flat on top, so with that in mind, I'll have nowhere to put the antenna, and it's suggested not to fold the antenna and leave it within its sleeve that you receive as part of the MT-5. So the sleeve should actually, the antenna should go within the sleeve and then sit right there like that. So once I find my Tamiya box and we get this car complete, which will actually be the next video, you can see the shell here is actually still work in progress. Couple of things to fit, lots of stickers to fit as well. So once we finish that up, I'll show you the guide as to how I fit that within the car to ensure it complies with the guidance provided by both SANWA and of course the Tamiya. But yeah, it should be fun. We have a race next week, so I'm looking forward to making a video on that and showing you what that all looks like. But let's see you in the next video, and yeah, subscribe and like for more. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and thank you very much. Bye bye.